what I think needs explaining from an Arsenal point of view, and what I'd like to get your answer of about.
I can't speak for the club.
Is you talk about an emotional come down.
Yeah.
The top elite teams, the Fergie teams, the Real Madrid teams, Liverpool in their pomp, right? Emotion doesn't get to you. If you're a top elite team, you don't allow the come down, the hangover of all the emotion that you exerted on a Sunday to even be in your mind or affect you on the Tuesday, Wednesday. The top teams don't let themselves get emotional.
Yeah, because Arsenal aren't a top team, though.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not an elite team.
That's what it comes
there.
down to.
Yeah.
No,
but how do you get over that?
Alex.
I'm asking the question because you're the one that said there's an emotional come down. Why?
No, I'm saying,
Why
could there have been an emotional come down?
Well, clearly there was.
Yeah.
Because you lost your heads.
But both things can be right, yeah. I think Arsenal, here's the thing where it gets mixed up in the media and in the perception of what was going on with Arsenal. I was backing Miles Lewis-Skelly, still do, for everything that he did. And there are connotations around, hang on a minute, how comes he's getting attacked? Meanwhile, we saw Anthony Gordon doing Henry celebrations. You know, if that was Vardy's doing that. Do you know what I mean? Premier League, I seen something they put out a year ago of all of Vardy's shithousery, basically. And now they want to push back because young little Miles Lewis-Skelly should just be happy to be there and not back his ability and stand up for himself. No problem with that. But then when you this is what I find as a neutral, when you try and back Arsenal and say, nah, man, they're allowed to do that. Leave them alone. After the City game, they've got extended documentary highlights in slow-mo of that night against City DVDs. And all that. Then you go,
you don't really help
Arsenal, I'm trying to say you man are right to back yourself against these, but then you're doing too much.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
You're doing too much, and I don't think they've got that balance.
Yeah, exactly. When I said earlier,
they haven't won nothing.
Targets.
Not won nothing.
Hold on. When I said that we had targets on our backs, that's what I'm talking about. The fact that we did do what we did on Sunday, and listen, I don't have a problem with it at all. In fact, I think they're more than justified. The ball in the back of the head, dissing Arteta, tapping him condescendingly on the back,
100%.
telling Lewis-Skelly who the F are you. Gabriel, who used to play for City, come in there, try to peacemate. You're telling him, get out and face your clown. Very disrespectful,
100%
proper
agree
disrespectful
with that.
stuff. So when Arsenal had their day on Sunday, you can't begrudge them that. You know what I mean? Anyone doing that,
no, but it was the after
pocket.
stuff. Did you see it? I might have to show it to you. After the game's won and you've played humble, Kendrick Lamar, you've done all that. Everything's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But then the social media team afterwards.
No, but Flex, come on, bro.
No, because it's
the fan base.
Hang on,
let me just make this point. No, I've got to correct you there. Listen, the fan base.
That's what happened. That's what they did.
But hold on, bro. We all follow football.
Yeah.
It's not a monolith. You're always going to get people who take it too far. You guys all follow clubs. You would have done exactly the same types of things. It's football fans. You know what I mean? I didn't do that, but there were certain people that did. The football fan base is not a monolith. But where I am agreeing with you is, because of what happened on Sunday, because it was high profile, because everything went viral, 3-4 days later, of course, a target's going to be on your back. The minute you slip up, man, the same man them that had to hold it down are going to come after you.
But Laurie, it's what separates the great. Look at Chelsea and Mourinho. They would win every game 1-0 pretty much.
They already done everything else. You went and did this more. That's where you got to relax.
So you're gonna.
But you know what? No, because you know what?
Help you.
You don't know because you know why. You know why you can't just because I think Arsenal.
Yeah, but you just said yourself you didn't have a problem with what we did.
No, I do have a problem with this bit.
Yeah, but who's that guy?
What do you mean who's that guy? It's your whole club saying the extended cut. And what I'm saying is a team is usually in the image of its manager. So when you see a passionate Arteta, when you see him running up and down, that emotion
on
that
Sunday,
you see.
Did you see that?
Let me land. The emotion of how Arsenal play, they're in an image of their manager. Would we agree?
They reflect.
They reflect what he's trying to do. We've seen the peculiar tactics that Arteta has to galvanise them. Yeah. We laugh sometimes, but this team is completely in his image now, which is why the scrutiny's coming of, you need to get over the line now. This is not the Emery team you picked up and you had Maitland-Niles and Cedric and Mustafi and all these men. This is Mikel's team, right? They're in his image. So when you see sort of the extension of these things coming from the social media team, coming from the camera guy, when you see an extension of that emotion, what I'm saying is that that's where I think it goes probably a little bit too far.
I thought Arteta was very measured on Sunday.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that this whole thing of what Arsenal are now is in the image of what Arteta has made, which has its good bits, and I'm talking about sometimes it has its negative bits, because this is where people get onto Arsenal, where I'm saying within the moment, 90 minutes, fair play, clap back, do everything. Then the game's done and dusted, and then the club is proceeding to kind of do more than that and take their eye off the ball. So what I'm saying is sometimes I feel like there's a positive side to Arteta's emotional nature and how he's built the team on passion. When you see Gabriel doing this and everything, it's great. But then sometimes I think it has a negative vibe because they don't deal well.
Because it doesn't get you over the line.
Exactly.
Are you able to quote any recent examples of what you're talking about?
People are saying they post that.
No, I'm talking about
every
Arteta
game.
now. I'm talking about Arteta. Are you? Because I think this season he's worked on his persona in terms of
Less of a wanker.
What's wrong with you today?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Come on.
I could just say that. I could just say that about Mikel.
Because what he's saying, he's veiling it.
Give me
But
some
what he's
recent
saying is, you can't
examples
give
of
it
what
the
he's
big
talking
one
about.
if
I
you
thought-
don't win anything.
Bro, on Sunday I was watching Arteta's reaction after.
You never
the
heard
game.
of
I thought
faking
he
it
was
till you
very
make it?
measured.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
I thought he was very measured. Him and Pep had a warm embrace. There was no beef there. Them two men respect each other. To go back to my earlier point, Flex, what you're saying about certain fans doing too much, of course you're going to get that. The football fan base is
I'm
not
not
a
saying
monolith.
fans, I'm saying the club. Like it's a reflection. People
because
in the
they-
chat are saying,
the
"Oh, so
DJ
that's
after,
Arteta's fault." It's all
it's
part
the
of the same
DJ,
thing.
the
He would have known
cameraman,
that was coming out. It's part of
everything.
it. It is.
Right,
it is,
okay.
and he can put a stop to that. Saying, "No,
Yeah.
don't put that."
Yes.
But they like the celebrity. What I'm saying is, it's
they
all
like
one.
it.
They're all one. So you can't now. When the social media team's doing that, and then they've got the cameras. If a manager don't like it and he's got full rating, you go, listen, stop doing all
Get all
that.
this silly
Managers do that all the time. No social media for that, or we're doing too much for that. But what I'm saying is that's not happening because Arsenal are creating that whole altogether, and we keep moving in belief, which is not a bad thing.
So when
for
Newcastle
sometimes.
posted a picture of the ball after the game and they put conflict, do you think Eddie Howe had anything to do with that?
Probably, yeah.
It's probably elite.
Because they're also
No,
taking
he didn't.
pictures. 'Cause
Elite-
they're also,
elite level
'cause they're also,
shithousery.
yeah, because they're also taking pictures
This is
in
what
the
I mean.
in the
You
in
can
the.
give it.
So then
Yeah,
if Newcastle
take it.
go out of the FA Cup this weekend, so we turn around and say, oh, look, you celebrated too much. Trippier was doing all that. It
Yeah,
happens,
but they did
bro.
get to a final. They got to a final, bro, and they
What have
never
they
win
won?
anything.
What have they won? It's
Sound
the
like
same
Tyler.
argument, though, isn't it?
They haven't
Is it
won
not the
anything.
same argument,
2007.
Flex?
Matty, I've
Flex,
got
is
your
it not
back,
the
mate.
same argument? You're saying about, oh, next level, this. What have Newcastle won?
Nothing.
They had their moment yesterday. I'm cool
Newcastle are
with
not
that.
Arsenal.
They've won 3 games.
Newcastle
Yeah,
are
but-
not expected to win the Premier League. They're not expected to challenge for the Champions League. They were happy to be there the first time in God knows how long last year.
Listen.
You can't compare your aspirations and where
Stay
you should
humble.
be to where Newcastle are. You can't be doing that. You're Arsenal.
Listen.
You're supposed to be winning
Also-
like Turkish says, it's Invincibles, it's Tony Adams, it's Henri,
Listen.
it's Vieira, it's
Bobby
Petit.
Pires. Yeah,
Just, do you know what I mean?
Just to provide a different perspective, I'm quite happy with Arsenal, to be honest. They're the culture club. They got the shiny media on the socials. It looks good. The kits
Nice
come out. The
tracksuits.
tracksuits come out.
Don't
It's
forget
nice.
them.
It looks good, clean, fresh. Lovely drip coming out onto the pitch all the time.
Trefoil instead of the
They got some
Adidas
nice
logo.
hairline talents there that 5 years' time, if they don't win anything, Ala Madrid too.
yeah.
So I don't know what we're complaining about. They're a lovely club, lovely institution. They just keep falling short. That's fine with me. You know, don't get too ahead of yourselves. Don't start winning significant honours and big
can't do
trophies.
that.
I can't have that. Just always leave them wanting more. You know, reel them in, but don't quite take
Of
them.
course, you guys have been really successful.
No. Hey. It's late.
Last
It's
25
late, lad.
years,
It's
they've
late.
won as many trophies
So when-
as you've
so
ever
when-
It's
won.
late. I'm just saying I'm very happy with
So
the
hang
way
on a
you
minute.
operate and the way that you
Okay,
you
fine.
almost get there, but you don't quite. I'm comfortable with that. I'm
So
happy
when
with that.
Klopp was there doing his little triple fist bump thing last season and they fell away, what was that? Was
still
that
won
down
the
to
trophy.
that?
Serial winners,
No, but
though.
what happened
Yeah,
then?
but we're the most
Winners.
successful
No, but
club
what
in the
happened then?
country,
No,
brother.
but
That's
what
what you're not
happened
getting.
They swallowed it, didn't
We're
they?
the most successful
I've heard you
club.
say that yourself, that they swallowed it
but we
halfway
still
through
left with
last season.
something.
You could have won the
We
you
still
didn't
left
do
with
it.
something. What did you leave with?
You know what I mean?
Even
so
Spurs
Why
might
are
win
we
a trophy
encouraging them
before
to
you
be
do.
a serious force to be reckoned with? Why are we encouraging them
You
to be
wish you were
winners?
Liverpool.
You know, I don't get
Hell
it.
no. Hell no.
And the thing is, it's coming across like I've got this gripe against. I actually like the culture that they're creating. I'm not saying that it's all bad. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a time when it really works. When it's like, listen, you go to Emirates on the wrong day. We've all been on the wrong end of it. Do you know what I mean? You get run
I
up
think
on
you're a
because
little bit
of
out of pocket
what?
blaming the manager. Though.
No, I'm
You
not
know what I mean?
blaming, but I'm not
No,
though.
but
I'm
you're
not
saying
blaming
that
it.
the
It's not
manager's
just the
responsible.
manager. I'm
No.
not.
And I'm
not
trying to
blaming
tell
it.
you what I'm
No.
trying to listen. What a lot of what
The
you
manager,
said
the
are
cameraman,
actually
about
the
the
DJ,
whole
everything.
a
They
lot of
love
what you
it.
said. I agree with. I'm trying to make the point that it's not a monolith.
Should have
So I
got
don't.
Turkish on.
Well, whatever. But it's not. We're not a monolith, bro. You're always going to get people that take it too far. Some people weren't happy with it. some people was happy to play into that. You saw Julian with the Stay Humble shirt and all. That's not my style.
Yeah, of
But
course.
that's, you know what I mean?
But I'm
That's
not
what
saying it
happens.
speaks for
Us
you.
football fans.
I'm
Still
just
your
talking
club,
about
though.
the establishment of what's happened, of what Arteta has built. That's what it reflects. It reflects sometimes being really punchy and great, and that's what's good, that energy. And sometimes it comes across as probably did a bit
Do
too
you know
much.
what? I
there.
think
There
the
needs to be a bit of a
neutrals
middle
that
ground.
don't support Arsenal would say, do you know what? If you win a Premier League and you win a Champions League at some point, then yeah, of course you can go out and do that. You can do this and you can do the whole banter stuff. But if you haven't won a trophy for 5 years and it all falls down this time every year,
I think it's a nuance to
of
thing.
course.
I still, and Flex agrees with me. What we did on Sunday, I don't have a problem with.
That doesn't have anything.
We
to do
were
with
we were triggered.
Separate it,
We were
separate
provoked. Exactly.
I agree with that.
But I do agree with you that we're not there yet. We're a long way off it. And I also agree that mentally yesterday we imploded. It's not
Yeah.
good enough.
All right, well, let's jump back into Super Chats. Just before we do, shout out to Newcastle. We can criticise
Yeah, exactly,
Arsenal all we
yeah,
want,
yeah,
but
that's a
like
good
the
point.
judges said, they did a number on you. They deserve to win.
And I hope they go on and win it. I hope
Well,
they go on and win
Listen, they might do. They
I hope
might
they
do.
do.
We know how it goes
Tell
for
you
them
what,
in
mate,
finals.
Hopefully they do.
We need to get to Wembley, mate. It's neutral.
Hopefully.
We need to try and watch this game.
Yeah,
Newcastle just taking that
I
trophy.
mean,
off
questions
either
will
of
be
you
asked
two.
to them.
I
They
wouldn't have that.
Newcastle
got there a
versus
couple of years
Newcastle,
ago.
Imagine.
Couple of years ago they got there.
Yeah,
they
they
didn't
choked.
quite get it over the line.
you
If
go.
they don't win it this time, people say, "Oh, you beat Arsenal. You're giving it all that." But
Maybe, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
fair
happens.
play.
That's right.
Exactly.
And
What
then they have
goes
to
around
stand by
comes
that.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
We're football fans. We understand it.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll get into the Liverpool game tonight.